already
this one is
beautiful.
freaking awesome.
This one effectively outmoded.
Gosh.
Okay, but look at
isn't it great though when they make a sequel, a direct sequel, and it looks so good?
It truly does supersede the other one, the what came prior. Okay, but do you see the creature on the right, the thing that sproinged you up?
Yeah, what the hell even is it?
He's okay. He's okay, but he's just barely on the line of, like, anything further than this, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, but this is like Latios.
And they went way beyond that line.
If you're saying that this is not a good
one.
No,
I like it. I do like this generation.
Plusle and Minun are good.
It began to spoil. It was like milk Pokemon, and they...
Milk Pokemon?
Yeah, milk-type Pokemon, and they would just... They didn't have a long shelf life, this series, the designs.
Yeah, but I think it was also like graphics said, hey, we can design whatever you want. And they said, by this point, we're really lazy.
The art style, though, yeah.
Because after they did it like 800 times, they say, just make a circle with legs.
Right. Another circle with legs, another circle with a body. Everything is Plusle and Minun now.
Yeah.
Everything looks like Plusle and Minun, just slightly tweaked.
Let's travel!
Torchic's adorable.
Torchic's great. If you get rid of this generation, you get rid of Torchic, and I'll be goddamned.
But Torchic turns into stupid. He turns into a large man with a karate gi on.
Blaziken is not so
I'm telling you, this is where it started going bad. It wasn't completely foul by this point, but it was...
I'll tell you, I like Blaziken and Torchic better than Chikorita and whatever, Magnanimous or whatever it's called, and that one was really not so good. And they even had, like, Ash have, like, a relationship with it.
What?
Bayleaf and Ash were, like, in love for several episodes.
There's a lot of weird things in the Pokemon lore.
You play this shit.
And originally it started off as like, no one has ever seen two Pokemon breed before. It's like, that's a funny thing to say to me, I'm 9. But at least they were like trying to be like, this is a weirdly chaste world that we live in. It's like, okay, I'm down for that.
Right.
But now it's the opposite. It's like you can talk to NPCs and they're like, did you know that humans and Pokemons used to get married? It's
right.
Like, why did you tell me that, you weird villager?
It's because that was a generation where they introduced
furries. They introduced them. Hi, welcome. This is Snufflekin.
I was about to say Snufflepuss.
I'm not even talking shit on the furries or whatever. There's a lot of weird ass Pokemon lore that it kept getting weirder. And now it's like, in the most recent game, the one where you like go back in time to Arceus Land.
Oh yeah?
They mentioned somewhere, not that I played it, it's just you hear about the drama. They mentioned the lore of how the Pokemon get into the balls is that Pokemon uniquely have, instead of like normal animals, they uniquely have the ability to shrink their bodies down. They can all do this.
And
it's just that the ball is able to involuntarily force them to do that. So they're physically clunking around in the ball, and this whole time Pikachu has been able to be like, no, I think I'll be an inch tall. They mentioned that in the Arceus game. Why? Why did they mention that in the Arceus game? That's not how it works. We've seen it. In the anime, you zap them with the ball and their body is converted to pure energy and they get sucked in and converted.
In the manga, they do shrink down and they go on the ball and you can like rattle them around and talk to them and shit.
Well, this is true, but they still get sucked in through an energy source or something. They don't just, oh yeah, I'm Pikachu, I can shrink down to the size of a nickel. What do you need? You want to even do that right now? Sure, all right.
That is pretty weird. Maybe the ball forces them to shrink down.
That's what they were saying. That's the lore, is the ball forces them to use their latent shrink down powers.
Oh, but it's not like...
It's like all the Saiyans can turn into Super Saiyans or whatever. Well, there's a ball that just makes them do it. It's like all the Pokemon can shrink down in Arceus's interpretation of Pokemon.
So they have like some sort of a Pokemon chromosome, a Pokemon
that lets them shrink.
That like when interacted with the ball that we have made shrinks them and puts them inside the...
No. Like but they made it sound like they can do it with or without the ball, and the ball just forces them to do it. It's kind of like how
at any moment there could be like
you can kick your leg with or without the doctor hitting it with a little rubber mallet.
Okay, yeah.
But hitting it with a little rubber mallet forces you to do that, like you no longer have a say in the matter.
All right, so it's like
it turns into a reflex. It activates their shrinkage reflex.
You're telling me that we actually are living in the Pokemon world, and I've just never seen a fully sized one.
That's, for all we know, that could be it. They could be little elves romping around.
Pokemon elves. Well, I don't like that.
Welcome to Elf World.
I mean, they can retcon whatever they want, I suppose. It's their franchise to ruin.
I don't think it's a real thing. I think it's just that some idiot was like writing weird dialogue or something for that one game. But there's no freaking way that that's official lore, that they could all shrink.
I'll tell you,
We've seen them convert into pink energy.
I still, to this day, have a little bit of a tingling inside me to play that game, just to try it out, because it seems so different from what Pokemon has always been.
Yeah.
That, like, I would love to test out
Still
a new...
not there yet, though.
Just like I really liked Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube, just because it was like a new thing.
My problem is that they designed it for babies. I played Pokemon Y, and I said, why did I play this game?
I remember.
Because I picked the first starter Pokemon, and just by tapping attack, I was able to kill everything in the whole damn game and didn't encounter any hardship whatsoever. I never failed a battle, never switched out Pokemon. I just like, let's see what happens. I did nothing. And I got like 5 badges, and I said, okay, that's enough.
See, this is the thing. It's like,
it was
at
ass.
some point, it becomes a visual novel.
It was the whole time. But the earlier ones weren't like that, were they?
The earlier ones... You
or were they like you
could, you always could, but it would be really difficult to like brute force your way through type disadvantage. You know what I mean?
Right, but like I didn't game over even once.
That's what I'm saying. So that's wow, man! At the last possible freaking second, that was insane.
Travel into the hole. See that? All I'm saying is they've simulated travel. Let me actually travel.
Right, by knocking the ball into a weird spot.
Yeah, here we go. Let's give me the prize.
Small prize. Small prize.
𝐁𝐫𝐶𝐿. I want to give him a hug.
I think he'd like cut you.
No, he's just a raccoon with zigzags on him. That's a good look. That Pikachu that zaps him up. Good old zap.
Yeah, this is way better than the blue stage.
I'm not better than Jesus.
It's a good message to teach the young Pokemon generation. Oh, he had no more Pika power.
What do you think about Pokemon? There's a limitation of the anime where they would say their names instead of going... Well, that's how they're supposed to sound. When you see a wild...
You think so?
Yeah, you see a wild Caterpie and it goes... They sound so cool every time you encounter a Pokemon in the games.
It sounds like a broken
But then you put it in, it's like, Caterpie, and then, hey, what does Pikachu say?
I don't understand.
What does Squidward say? Yeah, Squidward.
I'm not quite sure why they differentiate and why some have the sound and some do the name. I've never quite understood.
They don't.
I think some of them do.
In the anime, they all say the name, and in the games, all but Pikachu and the most modern ones just go...
They had to that Pikachu girl voice was too cute. They said,
they said the kids will be confused if the Pikachu comes out and goes. Your turn.
Press start, trans. Oh no, they were doing it to the kids even back then.
Press start, trans. Everyone else, you press select. There you go. We need to sort you by your belief system or whatever.
All right, let's Ruby it up.